Hey, what's going on everyone, this is iReviews back with another video, and today we're talking about the iPhone's battery. So in this video I will show you guys how to keep the iPhone's battery health at 100% for a longer time, also how to increase the lifespan of your iPhone's battery. Now, first of all, we will have to understand two different things. There's a big difference between battery life and battery lifespan. So battery life is basically the time that it takes for the battery to go from 100% of charge to 0%. So every time you have to charge your iPhone from 100 to 0, that's the battery life, like the hours that it takes for the battery to go down all the way to the 0. The battery lifespan is the time that it will take for you to basically wear out the battery of your iPhone and have to replace it. So with time, charging your iPhone, all the charging cycles will decrease the capacity of the battery, and with time, of course, you will have to replace the battery in order for the iPhone to work properly, and that's the lifespan of a battery. So in this video, we're going to focus on a few things that will help you improve the battery lifespan of your iPhone, as well as keep the battery health at 100% for a longer time. Of course, if you have a new iPhone, the battery health will be at 100% when you get it, and in this video I will show you guys a few things that help you keep that for a longer time. Now, first of all, what you want to do is go to settings and go to the battery section. Right here you will find battery health, and here you can see the maximum capacity of the battery of your iPhone. Mine, it is at 93% right now. That's in 2 years. So in 2 years the battery of my iPhone has decreased. Of course, the capacity of the battery has decreased by 7%, and that's like average. It's not that good, it's not that bad. Basically, I didn't follow most of these things that I'm about to show you guys right now, so that's why it has decreased quite a lot. But again, it's not that bad as well. But I'm here to talk about a very important feature, the optimized battery charging. Now, this is a new feature on iOS 13. If you're on iOS 12, have a device that doesn't support iOS 13, then you won't have this feature. And this is one of the biggest features of iOS 13, even though it's probably a bit underrated. So you will have to enable optimized battery charging. Now, what this does is that it will charge your iPhone only at 80%. So basically, according to Apple, and of course the way the lithium batteries work, the battery is best charged at 80% maximum, and then of course the decrease like 30 or 40%. So between 40 and 80, that's like the peak of the battery, that's the sweet spot of charging your battery. So what this does is that when you plug in your device to charge, it won't charge it at 100%. So let's say you leave it overnight, it won't charge it at 100%. It will only charge at 80%. That way it will keep the battery healthier, and a few minutes before you wake up in the morning, it will go ahead and charge your iPhone at 100%. So it will keep it charged at 100% for less time as possible. That way the battery lifespan, of course, will be way better, and that will save a ton of battery on your device. So the lifespan of battery will be way longer, and of course it will keep the maximum capacity higher for a longer time. So that's our goal, to keep it at 100% for as long as possible. So basically, if you have an iOS 13 device, make sure you have optimized battery charging enabled all the time. Now, if you have an iOS 12 device which doesn't support optimized battery charging, what you should do is charge it up to 80% and don't leave it go down at 0%. Like when it goes down to like 30 or even 20%, go ahead and charge it, and only charge it at around 80%. That's the sweet spot for the battery, and that way you will improve the battery lifespan of your iPhone, as well as the maximum capacity will stay higher for a longer time. Another thing that has a huge impact on the battery life and the battery health of your iPhone is the way you charge it. Charging your iPhone with fake cables, cheap ones, is very bad. that's a huge no-no and you should never do it. It's better for you to spend a few more dollars and get an authentic cable for your iPhone than charge your iPhone, which of course you probably paid $700, $800 or even $1,000 for it, and charging it with a fake cable is a big no-no. You will notice that if you use your iPhone, you charge your iPhone with a fake cable, use a fake cable to charge your iPhone, you will notice that the battery will heat up a lot. That way it is damaging the battery of your iPhone, and of course the battery's health will decrease a lot faster, and of course the same will happen to the battery's lifespan. Also, there are a few set things when it comes to the battery, like the temperature that you should use your iPhone in. Like, the iPhone is very sensitive to the temperature, so according to Apple, you will have like a screenshot here. According to Apple, below 32 Fahrenheit is very cold, that's below 0 Celsius of course, and then over 95 Fahrenheit, 35 Celsius, that's very hot. So on those temperatures you should not use your iPhone. So normal room temperature, so from 0 Celsius to 35 or 32 Fahrenheit to 95, that's like the temperature in which you should use your iPhone. Now that there's a difference if you're storing your iPhone and you don't want to damage its battery. According to Apple, you can store it at around -4 Fahrenheit, that's -20 Celsius, up to 113 Fahrenheit, that's 45 Celsius. So on these temperatures you can store your iPhone if you keep it like turned off, not use it turned off. But if you're using it, that of course you should only use it on normal temperatures, not below 0 Celsius, not over 35 Celsius. And also according to Apple, if you're basically not using your iPhone, you want to store it away, so you have an iPhone that you want to store away for a few days or weeks, you should not leave it uncharged at 0% and just put it away, or charge it at 100% and put it away. So if you're storing your iPhone, make sure you have it charged at around 50% and then just go ahead and turn it off and you can store it away. The thing that has the biggest impact on the iPhone's battery lifespan and battery health are charging cycles. Now, charging cycles is how many times you basically charge your iPhone. From 0 to 100, your iPhone's battery goes down, you charge it again, that's a charging cycle. So the more you charge your iPhone, of course, with time, the more the lifespan will shorten, and of course the battery health will go worse. So the maximum capacity will decrease with like every charge. Of course, you won't notice that in the percentage on the battery settings, but you will see it with time. It will decrease the capacity of the iPhone. So what we can do here is make sure that we save more battery, that way we will have to charge it less. So the less time we charge our iPhone, of course the battery lifespan will be bigger, and of course we will have a healthier battery on our iPhone. So here are a few tips that you should follow in order to keep the iPhone's battery healthier and of course increase its lifespan. Now, one of the things that has the biggest impact on battery life is of course background app refresh. Go to settings, go to general, go to background app refresh, and here we'll find a list of all the apps that you have installed on your device. Now, of course, you want to keep background app refresh off for the apps that you don't need it, and of course keep it on only for the apps that you have it necessary. So go ahead, go to settings, go to general, go to background app refresh. Now at the top right there you will have an option to completely turn it off, but if you don't want to do that, you can go back and you will have a list of all the apps that you have currently installed on your device. You can go ahead and just basically turn on or off background app refresh for any of the apps that you don't want to have it on. That way, of course, you will basically save a ton of battery because you won't have all the apps constantly updating in the background. Background app refresh does that, so it keeps like the apps basically all the time like working in the background. So you don't want to do that. You make sure to turn it off for the apps that you don't need it to be on. Another thing that has a huge impact on battery life is of course location services. So go to privacy, go to location services, and of course you need this to be on for some apps like the Maps app or something like that, but you don't want to keep this on all the time for all the apps. All that will do is just basically consume a ton of battery, and that of course makes your iPhone have to be charged quite frequently, and that way it will decrease the battery health and of course the battery lifespan. So go to location services, you will have a list of your apps right here. Now some apps you need to have location services turned on, for some of them you don't need to, so go ahead, go to one of them that you don't need, like to have location services, turn it to never, and you're good to go. That way you will turn off location services for that app and of course save a ton of battery. Another thing you can do is go to display and brightness, and right here you will find auto lock. Make sure you have this turned on at 30 seconds or a minute. So you leave your iPhone somewhere on a table or somewhere, you forget to lock it, that of course will basically just consume battery on your iPhone. With the screen on your iPhone consumes a ton of battery, so you want it to automatically turn the screen off. You go ahead and set that at 30 seconds. The same thing can be done with Rise to Wake. Now this is a feature that will of course just wake up the screen of your iPhone every time you pick it up or you take it out of your pocket, but that of course consumes battery a lot as well. And of course the dark mode, the new dark mode is really awesome. Now if you have like an iPhone with an OLED display, this mode right here, the dark mode, will improve the battery life a lot, because all the black pixels that you see right here, those are pixels that are turned off, and that way it will consume way less battery. And another thing that you can do to make sure you get better battery life on your iPhone is manage your notifications. Now you don't need notifications turned on for all the apps. Look, you have like games or something that you don't really need their notifications, make sure to turn them off so your iPhone doesn't have to like push notifications all the time, wake up the screen and do all that, which of course consumes a ton of battery. So you don't want to do that. You make sure you just leave like notifications on for the apps that you need to. So you can see right here, I have these off right there. I have them on for like FaceTime, Facebook, Find My, and just basically the apps that are necessary that I need to have notifications turned on. Otherwise I will turn them off and not just leave them right there to consume battery on my iPhone. So that's basically it for this video, guys. This is how you can keep your iPhone's battery health at 100% for as long as possible. Of course, that if you have a new iPhone and you follow all these instructions, they should help you to get a better battery life, better battery lifespan, and of course keep the battery health at 100% for a longer time. If you have like an older iPhone, like I had this for like 2 years, make sure you follow these as well in order to keep the battery health up and not decrease it a ton. So that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you guys on the next one.